when you're not muscling. They call it freak when you're not muscling. They call it freak when you're not muscling. They call it freak when you're not muscling. They call it freak.
Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes, here live for another edition of the Thursday Night Forecast. We're going to be talking about the NFL Hall of Fame, college football super conferences, and we're also going to talk about, do we think there's a team out there right now in college football who can go undefeated the rest of this season and end up being an undefeated team going into the college football playoffs. How y'all feeling this evening? How you feeling, Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain, man. Been up for a little while since this early morning. Got out, felt the good portion of the weather today, so felt pretty good. Was waiting to get to what we was talking about today as well, and actually seeing that race that Sean was talking about over the weekend. I still been watching videos of that, and I can't wait till we get in our talks. That'll be coming up very soon, but it's just good to see you all as well this evening.
Yeah, how you feeling this evening, SEC, Sean?
Doing pretty good. I mean, can't complain. Weather's been nice. Just, dealing with some stuff around the house and taking care of it and getting ready for this weekend slate. Looks pretty good weekend slate for football this weekend, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent college football slate this weekend. Maybe not as good as the one last week, but it's going to be a good one this week. We also got our man FanDuel Zaya of the FanDuel Zaya podcast. How you feeling this evening, FanDuel Zaya?
I'm good. What's up with y'all, family? Y'all all right?
Yeah,
We're good, bro. We're good.
Sound like you under the weather a little bit, man. You all right?
Nah, I'm film studying right now.
Oh, okay. You said you film studying?
Yeah.
I like it, man. It's good to hear your voice, man, outside of that text as well. Always, man.
Well, let's go ahead and get into what we think is going to happen tonight with the 49ers at the Rams. The Rams are favored by 7 in this game, and the over and under is 43.5. I thought it probably would have went up once they decided Brock Purdy wasn't going to play. They got several wide receivers hurt. What's your thoughts on this game? Can the 49ers even make it interesting against that Sean McVay Rams team?
I'm going to say no. I'm going with the Rams. I've been looking at it, and when I seen the injuries, before the injuries, I was going with the under, but since the injuries and everybody that's going to be out, I'm taking the Rams plus 7. And I think they can possibly get over, being at home. I know they had a tough loss against the Eagles recently. And I just think they're a team that people really got to watch. They're dangerous. Kyron Williams is healthy now. So that adds more depth to the backfield and a Pro Bowl running back in Kyron, just my opinion as well. So I think the Rams come out and win big.
Yeah, I think the 49ers team. See, what people don't realize is Kyle Shanahan really wanted to draft Mac Jones back in 21. So really, he got his guy at quarterback that he actually can actually run his offense. So I like him in the offense really more than Purdy. So, I mean, I know they're a little banged up, but they still got one of the best running backs in the game. Is going to be out there. The dude Bourne, he got a connection with Mac Jones, so it ain't like he ain't got no target out there that he can't throw the ball to. But I think this Rams team is just a little more talented, so I do think they'll win this game. But I think it's going to be a hell of a game.
I I, I kind of agree with Zay. Seriously, I think it's going to be closer than 7. Um, I think the Rams win. I don't know about the over under. It's hard to gauge with so many injuries. Um, People making mistakes. It could be so many different things, but I take the Rams. But I probably take
Yeah. Oh man. The way the Rams beat up on my Titans, which ain't really saying much, but I just think the Rams got too much offense maybe for the 49ers, especially if the 49ers can't keep up with the Rams offense. I'm gonna take the Rams to beat this game, man. I think they're gonna win by more than 7. I could definitely see it being a double-digit win, 10 or more. So I'm going with the Rams, and I think their offense is just probably going to be a little bit too much for the 49ers in this game tonight. What's your thoughts on the NFL Hall of Fame? Is there a backload of former NFL players who are Hall of Fame worthy?
I'll jump on this one for you real quick. I do think there's a backload, but I think you could erase the NFL from the front of that, and you could put MLB, NBA, NHL, and you could say there's a backload of every one of them. Look at some of the guys that aren't in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I mean, so that's why I'm saying. I mean, there's you could name a list. We could go through 20 to 30 people in every sport minimum that should be in the Hall of Fame that aren't.
Yeah, I totally agree. I like the fact that you mentioned other sports as well. But with the football, definitely. There's quite a few players I think that should be in the Hall of Fame, and it's just something that you mentioned that maybe we could get in the chat and just come up with a Hall of Fame list. Just create something each little era, just create our own little list and talk about it. But I definitely agree. Um, and I think you can really look at that in different aspects. You don't really have to win the big game. As you can see, it seems like to get into that upper echelon of being in the Hall of Fame, my opinion, one, just thinking NBA, I think, is so many, man, when you think about that. But the NFL, man, it's crazy. I looked at the list, and it's a deep list of players that is well deserving.
Yeah, two names I can think of off top is Torrey Holt and Reggie Wayne. Neither one of them guys should not be in the Hall of Fame right now. I don't know what they got going on. It took forever for T.O. to get up in that joint. So, I don't know. It might be a system thing. They might need to switch the system.
When you mention names, not to cut you off real quick, WTP, I just thought about Hines Ward and, being a Bengals fan, Ken Anderson. Two notable names that's not in the, Hall of Fame. Like, that's crazy to me. Hines Ward is literally, you talk about Heinz Field. You think of Hines Ward. Ken Anderson changed the franchise in Cincinnati during that era. I mean, it's just, man, that's crazy. And I like what you mentioned, Zay. I think it's players that you can actually take off of the list and put players onto the list.
Yeah, I think, man, that there's some guys that I know I grew up watching play that I feel like should be in the Hall of Fame who are not in the Hall of Fame, and they probably are going to get pushed back further, further, and further, and further because guys who play the same positions that they play are putting up some crazy astronomical stats in comparison to what they were doing back then. But these guys, I think, are worthy of being able to get into the Hall of Fame, man. But I don't think they're gonna get an opportunity to make it, man. And the way the game is going, and post game is saying that the voters had biases. I think all of that is true. I just feel sorry for some of those guys coming up who are going to be on the ballot for the first time, feeling like they should be first ballot Hall of Famers, and they don't end up being first ballot Hall of Famers because it's getting to the point now where it's almost impossible to have a guy be a first ballot Hall of Famer, even though he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
It's because they're so backloaded, man, with guys who deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if they're going to increase the number or what, but it's a lot of guys out there, man, that's deserving of being in the Hall of Fame. It may not get their chance for maybe another decade or so.
That's something. I don't understand why they wouldn't increase the number to the amount of players they do, and respectively make the event like an all sports type of Hall of Fame in some kind of way. Like I understand how they do it separately each sport. I don't know, just a thought, but yeah, it's something. Like add more players, the amount that you induct into that Hall of Fame, respectively, because I think a lot of guys like myself, even FanDuels, they probably agree with this. We don't know some of the players that played before our time, and we would like to know some of that information without us having to look that up. With respectively just going to a list. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you all too. As well.
I hear what you're saying about increasing the numbers, but the problem with that is, and I'll just play devil's advocate with you for a minute on it, is the Hall of Fame is the best of the best of the best of the best, right? So if you increase the numbers, now you're diminishing the reputation of getting in. You see what I'm saying? If you start putting, if you say we got to have 7 people in this class in the NFL draft, eventually you are going to run out of that list of people that need to be in there, and you're just going to be trying to fill it. So that'd be the only argument I'd say against that.
Well, the numbers is already between 4 and 8 every year. So
right.
I mean,
I was just throwing out numbers. I wasn't going by what they go.
No, okay.
I was playing the opposite side of what Joe was saying. Is that would be the argument you would get from people pushing back on it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Moss too, though. I think the number should be 10. 10 people every year.
Baseball needs to definitely change their system.
Yeah. I mean,
you got to get 75% of the voters to get in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And some of these guys don't even watch the games anymore.
Yeah, who are the voters?
It's living Hall of Famers and sports writers.
Yeah, that baseball is it's crazy because like you could literally, like I was watching the like previous like few years, and that's what kind of pushed me away, seeing how close someone is in that percentile right there at 69%, 71%, 72, and they don't get inducted. And that's insane, man. And you got to think of players that's played their heart out. We've seen it with our own eyes. All of us seen some of these players. So yeah, it's something, man. It's something. I do like the sound of that 10, though, Zay, because it's like they throw any kind of number out there, and it's kind of different every year with the football. You don't have that exact set number every time, and it's always a scrutiny about another player possibly getting in to fill that eighth or something to make that number higher. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I kind of stopped paying attention to the Baseball Hall of Fame, man, when my man Craig Biggio, I don't think Craig Biggio's gotten in yet. And I'm sitting there like, dude, Craig Biggio can't get it. Jeff Bagwell can't get it. I mean, of course, they got Jeff Bagwell on some. They got him lumped in there with, I guess, with Mark McGwire and them, I guess, at this point. Yeah. But I'm like, dude, for over a decade, them Killer Bees was all that in the bag of chips for the Houston Astros, man. And I'm like, maybe I'm being a homer because I'm an Astros fan, but man, them dudes was lighting it up. And I can't understand why Biggio is not in the freaking Hall of Fame, baseball
They
Hall
are
of Fame.
now. They're in now.
They're in now? Okay, good.
Biggio and Bagwell are both in.
Okay, good. Because I
But
stopped watching it when they didn't get in those first
but
couple
all
times.
those dudes in the steroid era they're just not voting for him because of the steroid era. But everybody was doing it. It wasn't just 2 or 3 people.
Yeah. Facts. Let's go to the next question. Are you for or against 2 super conferences in college football? Are you for or are you against it? 2 super conferences.
Zay, was I for or against this when we spoke about it? When we talked about it before, Zay, I can't remember
I don't know.
because like
How you feel today?
that's what I was about to say. I've been like the way the Big 12 and ACC been playing this year, respectively, and I had sent the message in the text about how like maybe even 3, because I think with 2 you don't get as many matchups year in and year out. I think if you give it 3, you could kind of base it in certain areas with your Big Tens, how you got, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Penn State, and then you fill in those other Big Ten schools with some other schools as well, kind of like they have now. And then you got your Texas schools mixed in with a few other SEC schools, and then you got your slew of Florida, Miami, Florida State, and I think I put Georgia in that group with Florida. And I think with Texas, I was wanting to put one other team, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, and I was thinking Bama, just to kind of separate everything and fill those voids. So I'm kind of like, I kind of like 3 over 2. I don't know. I kind of like the 3 look over 2 with everything else going on as well.
No, give me 4.
4?
But I don't want it like it is now. Give me 4. Each conference is in their own time zone.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I was feeling about it, Sean, SEC Sean. I want, and another thing too is I want to still protect like the integrity of college football, man. You're gonna miss out on so many rivalries. I feel like if you just went to 2 super conferences, because you're not gonna be able to play those games every year no more, and it's going. I think it's gonna affect college football. Um, and it ain't. And the last point that I would argue on a 4 power conference and just leaving it the way it is what about like the schools that not gonna be good year in and year out for real, and then they got that one monster team, once a decade or something. I want to still be able to see them dudes have a chance once a decade. You know what I mean? If you go to 2 super conferences, man, you're not going to see no Michigan States in the Big Ten championship. You're not going to see a Virginia school beat a Florida State school and they rush the field. I'm telling you that stuff is going to be out of the window because all the best players in the country are going to know that they have to go to the Bamas and the Texas and Ohio States. They cannot. They won't be able to spread out no more.
So
that was the next
would you
complaint.
be? So would y'all be basically? So y'all would like to keep the format, if anything, how it is, but that playoff system possibly the way it's looking. You know what I mean? That would be something more so seem to be favorable on y'all's end. I mean, I understand it, and that do make sense.
You're perfectly right. You go to
how
2 power conferences, you're going to lose Michigan, Ohio State once in a while. You're going to lose Texas A&M. We've already seen that that's happened, and it was bad for both teams. Nobody liked it. You're going to lose Alabama, Auburn. You're going to lose. You'd get them once in a while, but they're not going to be all the time. And he's right. You're going to lose that one. Look at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a prime example for this. They're doormats every year. Look at them in the past 2 years. They beat Alabama, and and they're good this year. What are they going to be next year? Probably start going backwards down. Who knows? But for 2 super conferences is too much. Scheduling's a nightmare right now with the size of these conferences. You're going to make them bigger? Nah, I'm not for it. You leave me 4. Give me 8. I don't care. Break it up like it used to be. Give me the old Southwest Conference back. I don't care. Give me the big 8. Give me all of them back.
Ooh. The big 8.
Hearing all of y'all's opinion and thoughts, man, it's really got me thinking now. Like, because all of your points are very, very valid, and we would definitely lose some of those things. I think for fans, we don't want to necessarily see 2 super conferences because of all the things that y'all mentioned. But as those schools and money continues to increase, they're probably thinking about the money more so than they're thinking about uh, the fans and the rivalries and all that other stuff. I mean, and it might be a way they can keep the rivalries intact. The SEC is at 16 teams right now, and they're still able to keep Texas A&M, Texas and Oklahoma, and Texas and Arkansas every year. I'm quite sure they can find a way to, if you got 3 rivals in your conference, I'm quite sure they can find a way to make that happen. If you only got 1, that's definitely easy. I don't know, man. I would like to see 2 super conferences if those conferences are going to make sure that they play those prime time games. Now, if you're going to keep it at 4, they're going to have to find a way where they're doing now, where you got to have, like the ACC is having, you got to have 10 Power 4 schools scheduled on your schedule. It got to be something like that, man. Because if everybody's not doing the same thing, and you're able to add 3 cupcakes, and everybody else only gets to add 2 cupcakes, I don't like that.
I was going to ask your opinion with that, Zay. Thinking about that, I'm glad you mentioned about how the ACC switching with their schedule, as well as SC. You guys, just opinion. Do you think Clemson and Florida State is really looking to make much a move faster with the way that they're switching this conference alignment in the ACC? Will they stay a few more years? What do you think things look like when it comes to the ACC with having those 2 teams still? I mean, because I think it helps, the conference in a way, but I don't know.
I don't understand why they would move. Like, it's only been 3 teams that's won the ACC for a long time now, and it's Clemson, Miami, and Florida State. I don't get why you would leave if you're going to get a bid to the playoffs. You got a 33% chance of making the playoffs every year. So I just don't understand why they would leave.
Well, I think the only reason why they want to leave is because of money. I don't think they want to leave because of going into a tougher conference. They want to get more money, so hopefully the ACC can pony up some money from some of these TV deals better than what they did in the past, and those teams will probably stick around. They don't want to see the SEC and the Big Ten giving their universities all this money, and then they over here in the ACC getting popcorn instead of getting caramel popcorn.
Right.
Yeah, I think they should. When that contract is up in 30 or 31 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
they need to negotiate that though, because it's only 3 teams carrying the ACC.
That's the other problem. You need to find that 4th team, that 5th team that can come in and, I mean, the Big Ten is not 3 schools. The SEC is not 3 schools. They have, but it's a lot more depth involved. But Zay's right. Why would Texas Tech leave the Big 12 when they have if they can win the Big 12, they're in the playoff? Why would Florida State leave the ACC when we can win it? We're in the playoff. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, anything else y'all want to add about the 2 super conferences?
Well, I want to ask Moss what he meant by it's an advantage. We have an advantage in our conference, or what did you say?
Like for what you mean, like the super conference?
No, you said you see why we're in the Big Ten. We would want to keep the Big Ten how it is because we have an advantage or something. You said something like that.
Oh, I think in a group text, like
No, you just said it like 5 minutes ago.
no, I said does with Florida State and Clemson, like would it help as far as in them leaving to go to another conference or staying in that conference?
Oh no, it was before all that. Never mind. I don't think you remember. I might not be saying it right for you, but
Yeah, that's all. No, I think
with,
I know
with
what you're talking about, but it's just the way you're saying it. I'll think about it.
I'm gonna rewind the stream after we get off, and then I'm gonna ask you in the group chat.
I got you. I got
Well, let's continue that discussion. What are the benefits of having the four Power Four conferences?
you. You see
Well, I
those
think.
rivalries.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, I was about to say, just like you and Sean B just said, you see those rivalries, a fan base, the recruiting is still there. You don't really have that one main area, of a conference where fans is going to. That's just my thing. And you get to see, like you said, Zay, that school that haven't done nothing come out of nowhere and be a team that, cause havoc and get a playoff, something to look forward to, those type of things. I would see that. That's just my thought on
Yeah, I think Sean basically said it. It's really for the most part, it's not nothing too crazy with. But we got a couple crazy locations, but geographically, the conferences are really all in the same area of each other. So travel can start getting real expensive, man. If you got 3 games on the schedule and you a Midwest team and you got to go out west, that travel get ridiculous. And we got to think these kids are still in school. They still in school. They're student athletes still. So I think just the geographic thing really is the main benefit of 4 conferences.
The geographic side of it, like I said earlier, and Zay said actually, what you go to if you don't have 4 conferences and you have 2 big conferences, who's going to go to Vanderbilt if they're not in the super conference? Who's going to go to Rutgers if they're not in the super conference? Nobody. Those teams are just going to fall apart, and they're going to wind up closing their foot, or they're going to have to play Division II football, or just close down football, and then that hurts the youth moving forward because they don't have nowhere to go play ball.
Yeah, I guess the way I was looking at it was, you go always. I was thinking that the Big Ten and the SEC would stay intact with the teams they have now, and then they would just start adding teams from either the Big 12 or the ACC, and then just those conferences would just grow bigger. I wasn't thinking that they would formulate two conferences and just start grabbing what they believe is the best of the best and form 2 conferences. I thought those 2 conferences, SEC and Big Ten, would stay intact, and then they would start to pluck from the Big 12 and the ACC. But I mean, maybe y'all was looking at it in a different way.
And they could, but when you break it down, okay, so obviously, like the SEC, you could say we could replace them and bring Texas Tech in and get rid of Kentucky. Well, Kentucky brings a lot in with basketball.
Yeah.
So you have to look at both sides. Would you rather have? I'm trying to think of a school. Let's just throw out a Miami. Would you rather have Miami in the Big Ten or Rutgers? You see what I'm saying? So would the Big Ten keep a Rutgers, or would they have to be like, oh, look, we're gonna have 20 teams in the Big Ten and 20 teams in the SEC, but you're gonna want the 20 best in the 20 best, right? You're gonna want the top 40. Is Rutgers a top 40? Probably not. Miami is. Florida State is. Clemson sometimes is. But who goes into the super conference and who stays out is where you got to draw that line.
Well, Sean, I think you missing a fundamental element, which is markets. Rutgers is in New York, media market of the one of the top media markets of the world. So they're not in the super conference because they're one of the best programs. They're in the conference because they have the market. And what Rob is saying is how if we did move to 2 super conferences, that's how it's going to be built. The Big Ten and the SEC is going to identify, and let's just throw a number out there. Let's say they're at 16, we're at 18. Let's just say the number is 24.
Okay.
24 programs. They will go pluck 8 guys, eight teams, whatever 8 they think best fits the alignment of the SEC. We'll go pluck 6. And what I think would happen is the remaining of them teams from the Big 12 and the ACC have to get together and kind of form like what the Pac-12 is doing now and form a conference. But this is another thing. We were saying who's going to Rutgers? Who's going to go to Rutgers after that? If they did get pushed out, would that can be considered a group of 16 now? Or would they still consider that a power school? And would a lot of these major programs that has to play the 10 games schedule them as one of their cupcake games? You see what I'm saying? Because
I got exactly what you're saying, and I didn't look at it as far as media markets, but I get what you're saying with that. But
because
I get what you're saying. But
my whole thought process is, and we'll see in the future, but these teams in the SEC, I don't think they're going to go out and schedule top 5, top 10, top 20 ranked opponents. I think they're going to go play Northwesterns, a power school, but not a high quality power school. Maybe a bit of a tune up, and they're going to live off of, it's still a power school. We still got to go through the gauntlet in the SEC.
Right. Yeah, but they know they have to have that one extra Power 4 or Notre Dame on their schedule.
Yeah.
So, they're going to go schedule Northwestern or, I don't know, somebody out of the Big 12 or something. I don't even know who's terrible over there right now. Kansas State or something. They're going to play somebody they know they can beat, but it solidifies their requirement.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like 5 years from now. I am really interested in what it's going to look like 5 years from now. By 2030, 2031, I want to see what the landscape of college football is looking like.
Yeah, that's it, man.
We've been having this discussion quite a bit. Is Ohio State's defense better than last year's defense? If not, can it be before the season is over?
Plug your ears, Nah, man, I think this Buckeyes defense is the real deal. Better than last year's defense. I'm a defensive player myself. I love defense. Regardless of who you play, to average less than 10 points a game going against you, no one to score touchdowns. You name it, they putting in the work. I've watched a lot of footage of this Ohio State team and the mentality of what the coaching staff is doing with these young guys, man. It's hard to say that this defense is not better than last year's. This defense is elite right now, early in the season, and they only gonna get better, man. I can respectively say that. We've seen it with our own eyes. They played one of the best defenses that they still talk about today in Texas. So Ohio State, respectively, the defense is what it is.
Right now, I think it is. You're heading into week 6, and you still haven't given up a touchdown in the red zone. That doesn't happen. I mean, somebody would have, when they had one of those games that was a blowout, you would think, who was it, Toledo or something? Maybe at the end of the game when you got people like me out there playing cornerback and they get down inside the 20 and they score. No, they still didn't do it. So I think this defense is better. I just think I think it's better than last year's as of right now at this moment. I mean, I don't know that I've seen a defense play like that in a long time. That defense is nasty.
Yeah.
Especially considering what they lost.
Yeah, there are some statistical things that shows that this defense is better statistically. But if that last year's defense was played these first 4 games, I think they played 4 games, that Ohio State has played, I think the result would be the same. Only difference would probably be Texas probably wouldn't have rushed for as many yards as they rushed for against this year's team against last year's team. Last year's team was not giving you no rushing yards whatsoever. None whatsoever. And their red zone defense was really, really good too. I think it would have been the same. I give last year's team defense the nod simply because I think their run defense is better at this point than this year's is. But that's the only reason why I would say last year's is better, because their run defense.
If I'm going to go same timeline at this point from this year to last year, this defense is hands down way better. Not way better, but hands down better. We had to rework things last year. Our defense wasn't right at the beginning of the year. After that Oregon game, the coaches had to look themselves in the mirror. Caleb Downs had to have a talk with Jim Knowles, and they sat down. He said he needed to affect the game more, and that's kind of where y'all seen that Rover package come. That's where it came from. That conversation after that Oregon loss. So Matt Patricia just hit the ground running, and I think it's reasons why this defense is better. Also, like Denzel Burke, for instance, he was getting beat. He got beat and torched a few times last year. We don't have nobody that they can identify in the secondary and just attack them. You want to go at Davis? Davis is a dog. You want to go at Jermaine? Jermaine is a dog. You really don't think one of them are a weakling. And even on the D line, nobody expected Caden Curry. He's on pace to be having Chase Young, Nick and Joey Bosa numbers. He's on pace to have one of the greatest defensive end seasons at Ohio State ever. Like, we gotta understand this is not what he's doing right now is like historically great. He just had 3 sacks in one game.
Didn't he take over for Sawyer?
Yeah. Sawyer, JT.
At the beginning of the year, I didn't even think it was going to compete with what Sawyer put up. I'd be good. Of course, he's at Ohio State. He's a good player, but I didn't expect him to do Jack Sawyer things, and he's blowing past that.
Listen, I don't think none of us did.
Who was the DB y'all had last year that every time he was on the field had like 19 penalties called against him?
That's Davis. Davis Igbenogson.
Okay, that's him. Because I've noticed he ain't been getting the flags thrown at him like he did last year, so he's improved his game. That whole defense has just improved.
Yeah, well, that's what he came back for. He said he wanted to clean it up and make a bid at being a first-round draft corner. So, and so far, I think he's only been flagged twice. So But another key element too is one specific person. And you seen this last year. We was stuffing people in the red zone all year last year. And there's one common denominator in that, and that's K McDonald. K McDonald in that middle, playing that one tech, is a monster. And he is the center of the defense. And if you just watch, he has torched everybody this season. Nobody has yet to be able to block him.
Just to say real quick, Zay, I was reading an article about the defense, and one of the players mentioned how last year they were, a good defense, a great defense still they felt, but it's like this year they able to just be their self but play with a faster type of IQ. Talk to me about how you see what the differences in that NFL mindset coming to your Buckeyes defense. How much does that play a part, you think, as well? Like, because I talked about it a few weeks ago, seeing some of the schemes, and I thought I seen that the next day on a Sunday, and I actually did from quite a few teams. And what are your thoughts about that? Just having that knowledge in that locker room and on the field.
Well, I told y'all my pops ran in the Sunny at Easton, and he said the fundamental difference between Jim Knowles and Matt Patricia is Matt Patricia. He identifies what you do well, and he don't set you in one position. So let's just take Arvell Reese for instance. Last year in those defense, you never seen Arvell Reese on the line of scrimmage ever. He is our go-to for QB spy and rush packages. He's at the line almost every play. He's not just sitting in the linebacker position. He's more of he looks more like a 3-4 hybrid linebacker that you gonna do some stunts with him. You might spy the quarterback. I mean, he drops back in coverages from time to time, but Matt Patricia just unleashing him, and even Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs played the rover a lot. You see Caleb Downs everywhere. You might see him as the outside corner at times. Matt Patricia, he's just doing a real good job of putting people in positions that they can win at, man. And I didn't see this complexity in the defense last year. This defense is real complex, but it's simple though. And it's so complex and simple at the same time. It's letting our guys play fast. It's not too much thinking going on.
And it's something you mentioned, and it's good that you've seen that Downs play that corner a couple times, because I've seen him play a couple times that he played this year. And with his IQ, like you said, Patricia gives them the ability to excel. He's identifying their strengths. He noticed that Downs could shut down the whole side of the field. So why not put him over there with his mind and his IQ to literally be able to shut down everything that receiver's trying to do? His coverage speed, I mean, you name it. And I noticed that. And I was like, he literally played off, but still shut everything down to where the receiver couldn't even run his route. The receiver literally had to stop in the middle of his route. So I'm glad you noticed that. And man, that's special to have in your locker room, man. I think that's what definitely changes this defense and takes them to the next level as well.
Anything else y'all want to add about Ohio State's defense?
It's only getting better, man. So only way you could possibly get them is on the day off, and they don't take those. Only day off they take is when they're able to have a family meeting, and I guess they eating time on Sundays, because that's what it looked like so far this season.
That Ohio State defense looked like the haunted house I don't want to enter.
I'm sitting at the crib.
They play lights out, that's for sure. Out of all the teams that are undefeated in college football right now, and I know before the season started, and even last year, we said we don't believe there will be any more undefeated national champions. Do you think there will be an undefeated team going into the college football playoffs this year, like we had with Oregon last year?
Yes, because I don't see Oregon losing a game in the regular season or Ohio State. One of them will have a loss in the Big Ten title, and the other one will be undefeated. That's the only two schools I see going undefeated right now. I don't see anybody in the SEC coming out undefeated.
No.
I mean, Mississippi might, but I mean, I don't see A&M going out undefeated. I don't see Oklahoma going undefeated. So,
Yeah, I mean, respectively, we just talked about the defense. I got to put Ohio State up there and Oregon. I mean, Oregon don't play Ohio State. Ohio State, got a rivalry at the end of the season, but regardless of what we're talking about when it comes to that, we're talking about undefeated, and I think these are two teams. And respectively, going into this rivalry this weekend, Miami's undefeated right now. The odds is against us. Respectively, you got to talk about them. You got to talk about Georgia Tech's possibilities in the ACC. So, I mean, we definitely, of course, Nose Nation looking to get the win this weekend, but I would say Ohio State, Oregon, Miami, and Georgia Tech is teams that you would talk about when it comes to that.
Yeah, I think the Big Ten can possibly have an undefeated team come out. And I think if Miami can win this week, they could be the second team. And then the third team, Texas Tech, I think will come out undefeated as well. But it's real possible we could see 3 undefeated teams in the playoffs this year. Yeah,
I forgot about Texas Tech. I definitely think Oregon can because they have, I think, one more possible game they could have some competition in, but I think the rest they should win. They're probably going to be favored in all of them. And I believe that Ohio State can also be undefeated going into the college football. Well, going into their conference championship game at the end of the season. And I think they're going to probably win that too. So they'll probably go into the CFP undefeated. I had Clemson at the beginning of the season. I thought they had the schedule to go undefeated this year and make it to their conference championship game. But we all know how that went. I think if Miami, like FanDuel said, if they can get past Florida State, I think they can go undefeated in the ACC. And of course, I agree with him on Texas Tech. I don't see anybody in the Big 12 beating Texas Tech. I don't, unless they get a slew of injuries, quarterback or somebody major like that. I don't see anybody in the Big 12 beating them. They may have the easiest possibility of going undefeated. Actually,
played Tech for so many years in the Big 12 and in the old Southwest Conference. Tech's always good to slip up one game though.
Who they play on the road? Who they play on the road the next couple of weeks? Do they got BYU and Pavilion?
I mean, look, I know they're at Houston this weekend. Both undefeated, by the way.
This the trap game. This the trap game. That's what it was. I don't mean to interrupt, but Houston is a scary team. I watched Houston earlier this season, and I know nobody's Lamar Jackson, but Houston, they reminded me of that Louisville team that had Lamar Jackson, the way they spread that ball out on the offense, that had that running attack. So I think this is a trap game for Texas Tech. I know we've been speaking on them. So I'm going to take Houston, and I'm going to pick Houston on this one, Zay. I'm going to throw this one out there early since we're talking about it. Houston in the upset at home.
Right. So if you want to know, Houston's on the road, or Tech's on the road at Houston. They're home for Kansas. On the road at Arizona State, home for Oklahoma State, and then on the road at Kansas State, and they get BYU at home, UCF at home, and then go to West Virginia.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this weekend a trap game. I'm gonna take Houston because I got Arizona State winning the Big 12 too. Still, I mean they got one loss, but that's who I have my pick for the Big 12.
Man, I need them pick 'em numbers, man, because you got to be at the bottom.
I ain't do none of mine yet. I've been watching, and normally they don't come out with their stats till like the 7th, 8th week. But I'm telling you, bro, I literally have everything. I've just been a lot busy with a lot of other stuff too. I got all the sheets though.
Hey, Houston beat Oregon State by 3 points. It's not happening. Hey, and before we move on, though, I do want to say, I said the Big Ten winner because next week Indiana plays Oregon, and if they beat them, I'm gonna think that they're going to be favored to beat Penn State, and they could possibly end up undefeated.
So you're talking about Indiana?
Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. That Oregon-Indiana game is going to decide if one of them has a shot to go undefeated.
And Indiana still got Penn State too.
Yeah, they got Penn State, I think, the second to last game of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, Penn State had a pretty decent schedule then. They got Oregon, Indiana, and they get the Bucks.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent. Parlay Poe, Blitzberg said Texas Tech's O-line and D-line is too much for those teams in the Big 12. It's going to be too much for Houston, too.
Yeah, that's a SEC Big Ten front on both sides.
Yep.
Literally, like a major SEC.
Yeah,
Big Ten.
They're big. They're fast. They're physical. It's something Texas Tech's not used to having. They're used to that finesse, offense and stuff. But man, Joey McGuire said, "Nah, we got to fix the trenches," and so they did. And boy, did they!
Yeah. Yep. Anything else y'all want to go into? We coming right up on a little bit past 50 minutes. We want to try to go at least an hour. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
I'll tell you, the Cubs knocked out the Padres.
Oh, okay.
The Guardians were eliminated.
And you said your boy Matt Jones had a connection. He already starting off. He haven't missed a pass. 49ers up 7-0. He got a touchdown and he got plus 77 yards already. So,
yep.
I mean, he's starting off in a great way for San Francisco.
Yeah, I want to talk about the CSC, man, in that article I sent.
In the what?
The CSC, that article was kind of explosive to me, They approved over what? I want to say it was 332. Was it? No, it was like, might have been $30 million worth of NIL deals. They turned down 332, got sent back. But the reason why I sent that is because collectives certain collectives have came out and said that they've been playing the gray area with the CSC, and they've been getting deals through, basically saying they've been cheating the NIL system. So that's why I had sent that article, because I thought it was real crazy when I was reading it, and they got 4 employees to go through every NIL offer that is coming through. There's no way we're getting it right with that.
No way. There's no way.
Now they're creating this snitch hotline, and they basically want these coaches to tell on other coaches. Kid come to your campus, he ready to commit, but he get that offer at the last minute. They want you to call that hotline.
Come on, man. I mean, it's college football. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't
been that way since, go back Eric Dickerson with his little gold Trans Am that Texas A&M gave him. Still went to SMU.
Still with the SMU.
Man, they need to open up a call center, hire about 40 more people. Before guys going through, let me read the numbers, man. Hold on.
Yeah, when I was looking at the article, I was like, how would you have 4 people? You talking about nil? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of paperwork. That's a lot to go through, man. Like, I drink coffee. They gonna need beyond coffee to stay up reading them articles and sifting through all that, man. That's insane. Like,
so they cleared $35 million Over 6,000 deals has been cleared, but it's over 8,000 total deals in the system on just under 33,000 athletes have been registered. Agents have been registered. And they said the total value of the deals in the system is 80 million. And this has all been approved by 4 people though. You know, I'm real curious of what the background of these people are too. I wonder if they got any ties to some of these conferences. You know,
They
I'm gonna
better
have to
not.
do more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research. I need to find out who these 4 people is.
You don't have to. They got ties to something because I mean they got to have degrees in something.
That's a fact.
So
Yeah.
I mean, unless you got them from all from the Ivy League, maybe they would have no ties to any of the big conferences. But that'd be that get somebody from Ohio State and A&M and Florida State and Texas on that board, and they're going to be some people pretty pissed off.
There's some real pissed off people out there.
You think?
Just a thought to throw out there with the NBA preseason, you know, happening tonight, tomorrow. Anything you looking forward to this season? As far as in the NBA, I know we're gonna start talking about that soon. Just anything to think about or look about.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to LeBron James's contract expiring. You know,
Listen, when you say LeBron James, you got to put something in the middle of the LeBron and the James. 2 letters, 2 words. LeBron the GOAT James.
Man, see,
He's the GOAT.
I think you're a fan, though. Zay, it was funny because that night we was texting. I think I said, Zay, I think I'm about to wake Unc up, and I said something about Brown. And he came through in the text, and we started going, man. So that's definitely a way to get coming through in the text on the late night side. But I'm definitely looking forward to the same thing. Seeing a few players come back. De'Aaron Fox from his injury. Wembayama, he's coming back this year. Be good to see him playing. Kevin Durant over in Houston, man. I really want to see what this Houston team going to look like, even though well wishes to Van Fleet and his torn ACL injury that he's going to have. And I seen footage of him waking up out of his surgery about them winning the finals, which was crazy, getting his ring and all that. So who knows what the thoughts is and what the talk is around the NBA. It's going to be good to see them. Luka, LeBron, Anthony Edwards, the whole nine, man. I'm definitely looking forward
man, what about Jason Tatum already doing basketball drills and workouts and moves, bro?
Yeah,
Is he a robot?
Yeah.
Man, is he a robot or not, bro? Just towards Achilles, bro.
Yeah, I seen him out there working too, bro. He looking.
Man, hey, they don't create these dudes the same no more, man. That's different, bro. Achilles, you out at least a year.
Yep.
For him to be on the court is major. I'm starting to think they shouldn't have broke up that team, man, if he was going to come back like this. It looked like he could play possibly by December.
Christmas Day. I was thinking the
second half
same
of the
thing.
season he could have played.
Huh?
He could have probably at least popped in second half of the season, January, right around there.
Yeah, listen, if it was up to me, I would wait until about February. But he looked like he on pace to touch the floor December.
Right.
Like the video I seen and him working out, I mean, he going 80%, I ain't saying he 100, but he going 80% though.
Yeah. Just I don't know, basketball's down for me right now. That's my down sport. My team's terrible.
Who you like?
The team that got rid of one of the best players in the league.
Oh, you a Maverick fan?
Yep.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean?
Tell me.
The future is bright for me over here.
Right. Yeah. So, but it's whatever. That's all right. I watch more hockey than I do basketball anyway.
That's a good one too. Good to see
Hey,
you.
How
what's
you
up with
feeling
you?
post game? How
I
you
got
feeling
season.
post game?
Hey man, absolutely great show, fellas. You gentlemen really need to be proud of yourselves and the work y'all put in for this podcast. It's a beautiful thing. Uh, I wanted to catch y'all. I saw y'all. I just left the barbershop. I saw y'all was touching on the NBA, and I'm extremely excited about the coming season. It's a lot of questions, a lot of headlines coming into the NBA season. You got the defending champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Can Shy repeat? Can he repeat as MVP? Y'all see Luka Doncic in LA. He's in shape. And I think he has a chip on his shoulder. If I'm betting some money on MVP odds, I'm betting on Luka this year. And
Ooh,
then you got Zion Williamson. Is he gonna take basketball serious all of a sudden? He came in skinny as as an Ethiopian. So we it's a lot of exciting things. Wimby in San Antonio, they drafted a lot of guards to put around him. We're gonna see how good they gonna be. So the NBA is among us, and it's gonna be really exciting, fellas.
yeah, I'm glad. I think I'm gonna be tuned into it a lot, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I know I had to pick a team last year, man. Y'all made me pick a team. I'm with Minnesota. I can't wait, for the season to start myself, man, just to see what Anthony Edwards did in the offseason to get his game better. I know he's in the headlines for a lot of crazy things. I hope all gets well with that situation as well. But just to see how the progression of the player's game is, man. And see who got that killer instinct, man. See what rookie that's gonna come out. And Unc, I think you're a Philly fan, right?
Yeah, I'm about to fast from NBA basketball until they get rid of Embiid. I'm not watching no NBA until Embiid is out of Philadelphia.
It's a boy in Philly by the name of Edgecombe, and it's like a Steve Harvey crispy edge up. He's worth the watch, and I think him, Maxi, and just the development of having Embiid there. But I think y'all gonna be in for a special season with having them two in the backcourt for sure.
Hey, one thing about MB, he got two left feet. Uh, another listen, that Eastern Conference, man. I feel I feel Milwaukee is going to be strong this season as long as they can stay healthy. Health has been a problem for them the last couple of seasons. But if Giannis can stay healthy, I'm liking this Milwaukee Buck team.
Uh, I like the Knicks. I like the Knicks as the favorite this year. Out east. Hey, but look though, Rob. I think if Embiid stay healthy, bro, y'all got a chance, bro. He just gotta stay healthy. That's a big if.
Yeah,
Because really, Tyrese Maxey and Jared McClain, did I say his name right? That,
yeah,
that might be one of the better backcourt duos in the East for real. Like, I mean, when you look at it, he got to come back healthy though. You know what I mean? But I like them too.
Well, they're
he
gonna
was
have
a
to give me
rookie
a
last
reason to
year.
break the fast. Then they're gonna have to give me a reason to break the fast. 'Cause I ain't trying to watch them.
I'm
Yeah,
looking.
the Knicks would be an interesting team to watch too.
Yeah,
Getting rid of their coach. We'll see if they point guard can lead them. But I mean Cleveland, I like their team, but man, they went out so weak last year, man. I can't pick them. They went out weak.
Weekend.
Wasn't
very.
they banged up though?
Yeah, the Cavs they got banged up late. They
They
Yeah,
was dealing
I
with
think
some
they
injuries.
I think they
they
was hurt.
they no, they wouldn't hurt that bad. They still went out weak though.
They could have, yeah,
But
they could have played better for sure.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I would never put no money up on no Cleveland sports teams.
Unless LeBron, as Unc said, the GOAT James come back to Cleveland. I think we'll wake him up with that one. But just good to see the Curry brothers together as
oh
well.
yeah.
Seeing them together. And then you got that veteran leadership with Al Horford. You never know, man, what this Golden State franchise could be up to, man. And quiet as kept. If Curry wouldn't have got hurt late in the season, who knows if he would have got his ring? Because there's still a lot of talk to be had when we talk about GOATs in the NBA as well.
What do you
Hey,
if
oh,
go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
post game, I was gonna ask you and Moss, who is y'all's like team that they might not necessarily win a championship this year, but y'all feel like they gonna surprise some people?
Orlando.
And you know who I like, Zay. I like that Detroit squad, man. Cade Cunningham. I think they're gonna surprise some people again. I don't know, because we was just talking about Cleveland. They really got to come out and show us the first month this year if they're gonna be a team that's not trade worthy before Christmas. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with Detroit. I like that Detroit team. I think that West is loaded, man. But I like that Detroit team. Cade Cunningham. See what my guy gonna do in this next season, man, for sure.
That's a good one, Moss. And Ivy is back healthy. That's a
Ooh,
really good one.
he get his
Detroit.
backcourt dagger. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I like Ventura, man. I like the moves Orlando made. So I would say that's a team. You definitely could look at Detroit with Cunningham and them boys for sure.
Orlando.
Yeah, mine is Portland.
Ooh.
I like what Portland did this offseason, man. They went and picked up Drew Holiday. You know, they got Shaden Sharp, Jeremy Grant gonna get healthy. They still got the kid from UConn, the big boy.
Yeah.
Then they got the other dude from the Wizards, the Evija dude. And he do a little bit of everything on the court.
So
I
they
like Portland, man.
got defense, bigs, wings, and they got guards. So I think even having Dame back home for them just gives them that veteran leadership, even though he's not going to play right away. But knowing the system, knowing what it takes, you know, to just be a primetime player in the organization, I think that helps a lot with some of the young guys they have, even some of the veterans, to prepare yourself for some of those games as well.
All right. Well, if y'all have anything else y'all want to cover, man, we can go ahead and wrap up the show.
Yeah, I just want to say, Mac Jones is out here balling.
What's the score?
14.
14-0.
14-0.
Man,
He's already got 131 passing yards.
I think
He
we
like 10 for 12 or something like that too.
Yeah, 11 for 13. Yeah.
11 for 13. Yeah, he out here balling.
Yeah.
Man, the NFL was crazy, bro.
Yeah, the NFL
Facts.
It's like
insane.
So unpredictable.
it's so unpredictable, man. It's so
Yeah.
unpredictable.
I mean,
I'm trying to tell y'all though, that's Kyle Shanahan's guy. He really wanted to draft him, bro. He really wanted to take him over Trey Lance.
yeah. Ownership kind of forced that hand, I think.
Kyle Shanahan, that's a Texas boy right there.
Man, y'all ain't even started yet, Zay. I'm surprised y'all ain't been going at it today yet. You know, he was smiling, so I don't know if he got that one off on you.
Oh no, we went at it in the chat earlier, you know. We got it out. We got it out for the day.
Hey man, why you wasn't at work today, bro?
I scrolled.
My lady had something to do. I had to be on daddy duties.
Oh, okay. I pull up and I'm like, dang, man, the other whip is here. It ain't even him.
Any NASCAR going on this weekend, Sean? I haven't
I
checked
was
that.
telling, who was I telling this to the other day? Maybe you. I don't even remember now. That's the longest season in all sports. They start the Sunday after the Super Bowl and they end the second week of November, and they go every weekend except for Easter Sunday, and that's the only weekend they take off.
Yeah,
36 weeks.
man. I remember when we was talking about it, and then I watched the race that you sent, and just, man, that was just a classic ending. I had watched like a condensed version of it, it's definitely special. Like I said, we're gonna definitely get that on here for the people too.
Yeah, tonight is, or I'm sorry, this Sunday is the final race of the round of 12 in the playoffs. So after Sunday, there'll be 8 people left in the playoffs. But like I said, it's different than any other sport. There's only 8 cars that are left in the playoffs, but all 36 other cars are still on the track racing.
Yeah. So
how do they determine pole position, Sean?
Speed. Go out, run 1 lap.
Yeah.
1 lap, fastest 1 lap wins.
Yeah.
Gets the pole. But then
That's
if you win
crazy.
the pole, if you win the pole and you go out and then adjust on your car a little bit and they don't like it, they put you at the back of the pack.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
say that one more time. Say that again.
So if you win the pole, let's say you they go out and they'll do qualifying on Saturday. So they do qualifying and then I win the pole position. But something's not exactly right with my car, so I tinker with it after qualifying. No, that's against the rules, brother. You at the back of the pack now.
Oh,
So now you go from starting first to starting last.
Yeah.
So do you got to get behind all the non-qualified? Everybody. Oh.
We need to set up a discussion and I'll go through and tell you and you'll freak how it works. People don't understand. They think it's a boring sport because it's cars turning. First off, I love cars. I love cars. I'm a big old school muscle car guy. The Hemi, the Charger, the Chevelles, all the big American the Mustang, the muscle cars of the old days. And I like the horsepower. The videos. I've showed Moss a video when we was at the race down in Bristol, Tennessee, and it's one of the loudest things you'll ever hear. Me and my wife are sitting next to each other, and we can't talk. These cars are going around. People don't understand. I tell people to get out on the interstate, and I want you to go at 65 miles an hour, or 60 miles an hour. Better example, 60 miles an hour, and I want you to be 3 inches away from each other. But then I want you to accelerate to 180 miles an hour and do it. And pass them.
Yeah. It's crazy. We about to talk about that.
Racing. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was about to say, I'm going to get in the checks, and me and Sean going to talk about it so I could try to get that. We can get that talks on because I just got caught up in the other one with another one that I'm about to have as well. But I want to get yours first so we can get that NASCAR out there. Because like I said, if I'm telling y'all, man, download that app. I'm going to send it back to you guys in a group. It's definitely worth having it.
That's the other thing with it.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, it's the one sport that gives you the most fan interaction with your own, with the drivers. Every race, if you went to every race, you could meet every driver. You could walk through the garage, talk to them, shake their hands. They sign autographs. The app he's talking about is the NASCAR app. You get it. You go through all the steps. You follow it all year long. You do fantasy racing teams and all this and answer questions and do all this throughout the whole year. And you get points. When you get to 5,000 points, you get 2 free tickets to a race. I'm at 9,900 points right now. So you get 2 tickets to a race.
2 tickets?
I could get, I get 2, and then my wife gets 2.
Oh, okay.
So we can go to 2 races for free every year. And to be honest, 2 hours up the road is a racetrack. Brooklyn, Michigan.
Oh.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They're talking about coming back to Kentucky Speedway, right south of Cincinnati.
Is there one in Charlotte?
Yeah, that's where they're racing this weekend.
Oh, okay. I've seen that.
I put a little description on my page about this weekend's race. It's at the Charlotte Roval, which is a road course and an oval all in one.
Yeah.
But I put the description out there on my page that I made up the other night.
Cool.
But yeah, it takes a lot more to get into it and figure out how the points and the playoffs and all that stuff works because there's so much in depth to it. But that little app, man, if you followed through that app and did everything like you were supposed to, you'd be able to go to a race for free every year. Plus, it's the only sporting event that you can take your own cooler, your own beer, and your own food in.
What?
You know, them fried chicken wings before the game that you make, Zay, them ribs, you can take them into the NASCAR, yo, beers.
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I told y'all I'm gonna go to a race, bro. That's on my bucket list.
If you go, you will be hooked.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro,
It is an event. It is not a race. It is an event. You get there about 3 hours before the race. They have all the merchandise haulers lined up, drivers signing autographs, drivers giving interviews right there in the middle of all the fans.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna slide to one of them.
If you get your tickets for free and you go down and you pay, it varies by racetrack, but we'll just call it $100 per person. You get a pass to go down onto the infield. You can actually walk around the track, and then you can go stand by where the drivers come out for driver introductions, and they normally like throw promotional items and reach down and sign autographs on their way to the car. You ain't gonna get that in any other sporting event you go to.
That's dope. That's dope.
It's
all right, well, we're
crazy.
definitely gonna have to get that show, man, because I'm interested. I'm intrigued by everything you're saying, and I want to learn more about it, man, so I can have a vested interest in it at some point.
Well, I won't be on Saturday.
Okay.
I'll be on a flight to Arkansas Saturday, so
Okay.
we're
I gotta
getting
head down there to go help my mom out with my dad being on hospice care. I gotta give her a hand with the property, so I'm gonna head down there Saturday. But if y'all get something, if we throw in something tomorrow, somebody throw me out, let me know. Y'all want to get on here and talk NASCAR tomorrow, we can. I don't care.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off here. Once we get off, I'm gonna text you so we can set that up for sure. I want to set yours up before I get the other one set up, so we can get on and definitely do that for sure.
Yeah, I mean we go through it. Like I said, I mean I'll talk that with you. I mean I'll run a hockey chat if we need something. If nobody really I can get you into hockey. I mean I got season tickets to the Blue Jackets.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Okay.
Whatever y'all want. Whatever we need to do to fill time and make this thing work, let's go.
Cool. Prayers for your family too.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, for sure.
I had to get that early flight. That's why I won't be on, because I got to be sure I land before games kick off.
I know that's right.
Yes, sir. Making sure I'm early.
Look, yeah, Mom, I'm gonna come help you out, but look, we got to get there. I got to get there at noon because we got things going.
Right.
I got to squeeze in a nap before a 6:30 A&M game. I got to get a nap in.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, y'all have a good rest of y'all's evening, man. I'm glad we was able to get this stream in. If we can make something pop tomorrow, let's put it out there in the chat, man. Let everybody know so we can try to do something tomorrow. Because the games tomorrow are whack too.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Yeah.
Then I do gotta work tomorrow evening, so he probably streamed the football Friday night, but it'll be on the City League TV channel. I was gonna do it on our channel, but he's gonna do it on the City League TV channel. Outside of that, we'll try to even though I gotta work, we might try to do that early, Sean. We'll try to set that up early in the morning, 9 or 10 o'clock. So we'll get in a text and we'll chop it up about that. Then this weekend,
we can set
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sure. We set something up for sure. We work out of time, make something work.
Then I think this weekend is the grand opening for KT Good Eats. You said FanDuel at the new restaurant.
Oh yeah, we gotta shout KT Good Eats out, man. 2044 Lockbourne Road this Saturday at 2. If you're not there at 2, you might miss all the food because it's gonna be open until it's sold out. Right across the street from Doghouse Pizza, if y'all know about it, man.
Good Eats, man. Good Eats. If you're going out there, Zay, I'm off Saturday morning. As of right now, I will be off. So hit me up and let me know, because I don't mind going out there with y'all. I know we got that game at 12 with Post Boys, but let me know.
Hey, I'm leaving straight from the casino and I'm going there.
Oh, I forgot. It is casino day. Let me know what time. I already know what time you're going to be there.
And it's an egg roll thing too, y'all.
Okay. Cool.
You know what I mean? Egg roll thing. This is the pre-grand opening.
Yeah. The food is banging, man. It's banging for sure.
Make sure y'all Yeah. Now, I was just about to tell them to make sure they follow all of our channels respectively. Level Up Sports 10, Pandora Zay, Parlay Poe, Blitzberg Podcast, Post Game 86, WTP for Life, who's putting us all together, and City League TV, as well as SEC Sean. He's on YouTube as well. And you'll see that NASCAR picture. And as we was talking, we'll have those talks coming for you as well.
All right, y'all. You have a good rest of y'all evening. We out. Peace.
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 There we